racism is incredibly bad, and it should not be, ever be practiced.
Right. I don't like Asian chicks. Oh wait, I'm Chinese. Forgot what race I was. There you go. That was authentic. The authentic Chinese celebration dance. The epic. Oh! What the hell? Are you kidding me? The epic adventures of Ding Dong Wong. No, you killed Ding Dong.
You Jews, you Mexicans, you Asians are so demanding. You drive me nuts. All right, this is my last game for this set. Huh? Shut the fuck up, loser. This is my last game for the set. And I have some stuff to do, so. What the fuck? What kind of gibberish is that? Where are you from, Yemen? What the fuck kind of language is that shit?
2024. My goodness, we're gonna start off just right. You know, brand new resolutions such as getting in shape, brand new jobs, being more of yourself and not being phony. And in case of a certain locale, as I'm a DSP, so far he's keep on saying that he's going to release those old vids of stuff he did back in the day. And I'm telling you right now, your boy here Vanguard is going to be on his ass about it. And you probably wonder, well, Vanguard, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, just recently what caught my eye was that he decided to bring up a new, start a new channel, or should I say rebrand a new channel. And you probably which channel would that be? Well, let's get into the video, shall we?
Snort. I got the drip. Go.
I do have other initiatives and things going on literally right now. One of the big initiatives that we were talking about is that this year I wanted to find a way to provide to you my lost content. What do they call it? Lost media.
Lost media, huh? Okay, Phil. You want to release this old footage that people did not ask for, people did not want it. You just want to do it because you figure, hey, this might bring some more revenue to the channel, maybe more views, whatever. It's going to bring something, right, Phil, but it's not going to bring what you are hoping for. It's going to bring a lot of attention, by the way, covering how you still are what you used to be, a racist prick.
Lost media of Darkside Phil and DSP Gaming from back in the day. What does that mean? Well, back in the day, I was afraid of uploading certain kinds of gameplay to my channels because of copyright issues. Now,
are you sure about that? You had no problem creating certain jokes. Matter of fact, here, let me post one or two of these clips that he did from a very long time ago.
Funniest shit ever, I swear to God. He accidentally calls Hulk Hogan a nigga. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything. It's the funniest clip ever. You gotta watch it on YouTube. He goes, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. And then he looks all embarrassed because he realized he did it, and he tries to turn away and walk away.
And as you can clearly see, he didn't have no problem, being himself, and he still kind of is, but he's a little more nervous nowadays because people will clip this out and bring it to the forefront.
No issue. You can upload whatever you want, unless it's Atlas. Look out for Atlas, because Atlas will just copyright strike you for no reason.
And for some strange reason, he has this hate bone for Atlas. I don't know what Atlas did to him. Maybe one of you guys can tell me in the comments below. But he has this unholy fear of Atlas. Now, I don't mean Atlas the bookkeeper, but a different type of Atlas. I don't know, maybe they had a little mini war back in the day, whatever. But one of you guys can tell me later, in the comments below.
It's okay with it. But back in the day, it wasn't like that, and everyone was afraid, hey, if I recorded Rockstar gameplay, or if I recorded Square Enix RPG Final Fantasy stuff, I'd get struck down. So I actually had...
I said this before, Phil. The reason why back in the day, it was the Wild Wild West. Companies back then were not as open to YouTube because they were fearful that if people were to utilize the IP, it wouldn't bring the attention they were looking for. They didn't change their minds until years later. Everyone knows that.
Channels on YouTube for certain playthroughs. And what ended up happening was, over time, sadly, those channels got hacked, taken over, and shut down by YouTube because some hacker would broadcast illegal sports footage on them, and YouTube shut the channels down.
That's not true, Phil. Everybody knows that you end up posting stuff on there, again, your racist jokes, whatever. You took up one of that and shut that crap down. We know that's the truth, Phil.
So there have been missing playthroughs for many, many years on YouTube, including my original Final Fantasy 13 playthrough, which is like over 100 parts. It was like 200 parts or something crazy like that. The original Red Dead Redemption playthrough, the original Undead Nightmare co-op DLC playthrough, the Suicide Kings co-op online gameplay, where John Rambo and I went with a bunch of others and played for hours these co-op sessions of just dicking around and having fun.
I'm even surprised you still bring John Rambo, up. The fact of it is, he still wants nothing to do with you. You should leave him alone. It's actually pretty crazy that you still are, mentioning him as we speak.
And the original LA Noire playthrough, among others.
Before I continue, I see somebody in the comments, little shake and bake. I won't bring up what happened before, but young man, remember what we talk about, okay?
Other content that we found, including playthroughs I never uploaded, like part of a Kung Fu Panda playthrough, and also some vlogging and stuff that had just been lost to time and was never really live anywhere. And people for years have said, will you ever re-upload? And I was like, well, I don't want to upload that to this channel. That content is so outdated. It's with a camera. It's 10-minute clips. It sounds terrible. The commentary style is very different. It wouldn't make sense to be uploading that content to my current channel. No.
Okay then, Phil, if that's the case, either A, edit content so it can sound much better and take certain parts out of it, or B, just don't upload it at all. It's just real simple. It's not rocket science.
And it would flood the channel with videos that no one really gets. So what do? So I've decided, ladies and gentlemen, that I am going to officially rebrand.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the keyword is I decided. In other words, the stuff that I want to give y'all, it's what I decided. It's not what we discuss. It's not what you discuss. It's what I want. Remember that keyword.
Legacy channels, okay? Official, starting today, even though there's no content over there, as of this morning, KO Gaming is no more.
KO Gaming. So you want to utilize a channel that was demonetized for the amount of crazy stuff you went back on there. Good luck if that channel does get monetized. I said this before again, Phil, and I'll say it one last time. Go ahead and upload that raw footage of your own gameplay. When YouTube catches on and shuts that channel down, don't come crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you DSP Throwback. Okay? You can now find that
It should be called DSP Racist Videos.
youtube.com/@DSP Throwback. Alright? That's the new channel, even though it's not really a new channel. I'm rebranding the channel as of this morning. Now, there's nothing new on that channel whatsoever. I just want to forewarn you.
No, duh, like the rest of your content, The rest of your content, there's nothing new on none of that stuff. Anyways, to begin with, it's all the same crap you're doing for the past 15 years, Phil, so get on with it.
You're going to find over there old playthroughs from 5+ years ago, from a time when this channel got suspended erroneously by YouTube and that had to get fixed up. And then before then, you're going to find a bunch of edited style content from 2016. That's really where the KO Gaming channel came from.
Yes, 2016. We can never forget what happened May 1st, my good man. Matter of fact, I'll post it one more time right here.
What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
Such a classic, Bill. Such a classic.
The year that I was doing edited reviews and countdowns. So there's content over there. And I will urge you, give it a look. Okay? I think you should. Maybe you'll enjoy that content. It's from...
Oh, I'm gonna give it a look, Phil, once you start with all that content, because I already tell you right now, if you want to go to war with me for all that stuff, I have no problem doing it. You're gonna make this a lot of fun, my guy.
On era, it really is. But that channel officially now is going to be rebranded as DSP Throwback, okay? And what's going to be on that channel are all these legacy playthroughs plus other content. So allow me to explain.
Other content. You know what? I want to hear what this new content is going to be. Well, this new content, this old content. What is going to be, Phil? I want to hear it.
I am not going to just upload the raw playthrough footage. I'm going to do it differently, okay? With the help of some others. So I don't want to lie here and take credit. I'm not doing all of this myself, okay?
Okay, two things. You're not gonna do it by yourself, so you have other people doing it for you, Phil. Okay, that's really nice. So I tell you what, let them other people do it, pay them, and then we'll see what happens. Secondly, I will be covering it because I guarantee you ain't changing nothing other than just uploading the raw footage. You're just giving us a whole bunch of filler.
Approached by a few parties who are very interested in seeing my old legacy content get restored on YouTube, and not only restored, but be improved. You might say, what in the holy hell does that mean? Here's what I mean. Let's say, for example, okay, I'm gonna upload Final Fantasy 13 over there.
Final Fantasy 13. Yeah. Last time you did Final Fantasy, you said some off-the-wall stuff in that game. I don't mean the recent Final Fantasy, but the ones you did years ago. So I imagine the one you did in Final Fantasy 13 is not gonna be too good.
All right. So the parts of Final Fantasy 13 are only 10 minutes long. Okay? So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna upload a whole bunch of parts, but those parts, instead of only being 10 minutes long, will be edited together into longer videos. Probably not an hour, but maybe we'll make them more digestible. Maybe we'll make them like half an hour. All right?
Okay, that's some of an improvement. Instead of, 5 videos a day, 30 minutes tops. Okay, that's pretty fine. But still, Phil, make it only 1 video per day. So in other words, let's say do 30 minutes of 1 video per day. That's good enough.
In addition to that, all right, we're going to attempt to take those videos and run them through a program that will sharpen the visuals and upscale them to look better.
So in other words, you're going to use a movie editor. Okay, so that's nothing new. Again, get to the point, Phil.
Old days when I had a crappy 720p camera pointed at a television. Instead, it's going to try to take that and make it more crisp and clean and make it look better than the original playthrough actually did. It's not going to change the content, okay? It's not. It's going to be the same commentary and everything, but what we're going to try to do is make longer videos.
Yeah, listen to what he said. It's the same commentary. So in other words, whatever he said back then, it's going to be on the video. So he's not editing that much other than just making it look nicer and making it more clear. So like I said, guess what? When we catch wind of those racist jokes he says, hey, it's on him.
Attempt to make them look better for a modern audience so it's more visually appealing to you rather than looking at peach fuzz on the screen. In addition, there'll be thumbnails. So instead of it just being Final Fantasy 13 part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, it's going to actually have thumbnails and everything. It's going to look better and be shorter. It'll basically be way more digestible content for 2024.
Phil, none of your content is digestible to begin with anyways. People had to break it down in so many different ways. For example, Atlas the Bookkeeper, he goes more into a deep dive, and Vega pretty much pokes fun of you. Duty pretty much tries to set you straight, so it's really hard to digest, and I thank those guys for really making it easier to understand your ridiculous content.
Okay? This is an attempt to see if people would watch my old content in this new style. All right? I don't know if they would. All right? Excuse me.
Excuse me, I got all this stuck on. I got all this phlegm because I'm a little nervous. Phil, we're still going to look at your content and we're still going to call you out. But that's enough of me repeating myself. Continue, please.
But it's a good experiment to try for the new year. Okay? So that's idea number 1, is to basically take the classic playthroughs that are missing, the lost media, re-upload them, edit them into longer videos, make the visuals crisper, add thumbnails, and now it's more modern. Okay? Still the same gameplay, still the same commentary, but it'll be a new way to experience that content. So that's number 1.
As for the people that's going to help Phil on this, make sure you ask this guy for some compensation. In other words, hey, if you want me to do this stuff, give me a little something, let's say like $5-10, whatever, for your time. If he doesn't give that to you, don't help him.
Number 2, since the whole rebranding of the channel now is DSP Throwback, the whole idea is to kind of experience what old-time YouTube used to be like. So what I like to do is from time to time go on that channel and maybe do a random stream where I talk to the audience and explain to everyone what it used to be like 15 years ago as a YouTuber.
Phil, there's people's old content that does that way better than yours. You even still had some of your very old content where you didn't change that much. It was a lot more bearable back then, but you are still unbearable to this very day. Like, your content is still cringe, it's still boring, you still don't do nothing different even back then when you first started.
How different was the site? How different was the uploading experience? What was it like interacting with people in the comments? What was the general vibe of the site, right? What were the problems back then with being a YouTuber as opposed to today? What was it like if you wanted to make a living on YouTube? Was it even viable? Well, you know, things were very, very different back then.
Yes, things were very, very different back then. And ladies and gentlemen, please don't watch his content when it comes to back in the day, how YouTube. Just look up. There's so much well documentation how YouTube was back in the early days from, I say, was it 2004, 2005 and onwards, how it used to be. And yes, it was the Wild Wild West back then. And how I know that is because people such as Rich of Review Tag, Mr. Beast, Keemstar, PewDiePie, they talk about how it was pretty crazy, but you could still get away with a lot of stuff back then than you are now to this very day.
Started on YouTube compared to today. So that could be really neat to every once in a while just jump. I'm not saying this would be frequently, but every once in a while jump on there, do a special stream or a special segment where we have an interactive stream talking about old time YouTube. And maybe you guys could submit questions for me that I could answer about old time YouTube.
When he means suggestions, in other words, stuff that he likes. If you suggest something like, let's say, oh, well, back at this time where you were pretty much annoying, you might explain how you improved, he'll more likely ban you and not answer that. So don't be surprised when you give him certain things and he doesn't answer looking forward to it. Or sure, I say more than likely, he'll just ignore it.
Okay, that's idea number 2. Now here's idea number 3. Now this one is very interesting, but I don't know if you guys would be interested in it or not. But here's idea number 3 for that channel. Okay, and I just came up with this one last night. Okay.
Really, last night, were you sober or were you drunk when you came up with this one? My money is on B. You were drunk when this came in your head.
I actually have some of my legacy Lost Media playthroughs up on that channel. I could do a special stream, maybe every once in a while, again, not frequently, but every once in a while, just for variety, where we go back and we actually do a live react to my old playthroughs.
Why the fuck would anybody want to do that, Phil? Like, that's stupid. Why would anybody want to react to your extremely old content that's going to be, again, brought up to whatever standard you want to be? It's still going to be a little blurry. It's still going to have whatever water out audio is going to be. Nobody wants to react to that, Phil. And the reason I'm saying that is your current React channel, it's all pretty much mostly dead. You only have, what, a handful of people that still watch that and still support you over that? In other words, aka give you money. Once that guy's out kaputs, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. You're just so desperate for money. I don't get it, man. I mean, well, no, I do get it because you are, again, you're a greedy bastard for money, but it's just, what you do is just ridiculous. It's beyond asinine. Man, oh man. Anyways, let's continue.
I watch myself play the old games and react to my old style of commentary, my old style of gameplay. Okay? I know I'm gonna cringe like crazy at my old commentary and shit. Well, you've seen it yourself.
If you're going to cringe at your old content, why are you going to bother putting it online? Just think about it, Phil. Why are you going to put this online if you know you're not going to like it? In other words, you're going to be upset. You're going to be kind of mad. You're going to rage and somebody says, hey, man, that wasn't a good idea. You're going to ban them. Phil, do you really think things through thoroughly? Because right now, I don't think you do that. You need to think things before you put it out there, because once it's put out there on the internet, it's never forgotten. People store it. People keep it in the archives. So when you decide to retcon, they be like, nah, when you said this back at this time, Phil, really, Phil, start thinking things through before you put it out there.
Say, hey, go, here's a clip suggested, and I watch it. I'm like, oh God, I can't believe the stuff I used to say for a different kind of audience back then, right? So how cool would it be to see 2024?
Before he continues, he says something recently in a certain game that came out, well, last year, a little late. Anyways, here it is.
And then to your right, the dormitories. Just make sure you pick a bed aligned with your innate magic. If you pick one that's not aligned, you'll be getting, like icicles up your butt if you're a flame mancer, and you'll be getting like, burning sensation in your nether regions if you're an ice warrior, so you don't want to have that.
angry, Phil.
That doesn't even deserve a not funny make me laugh. It's like, what the fuck are you going on about, Phil?
Yeah, I have no idea why he thought that was a great idea to crack that joke in, I shouldn't say joke, but jokes in that game. Not only was it bad, not only was it cringe, but it raised an eyebrow to him. It's like, why would you crack that sort of joke in a kid's game talking about pretty much, in a way, STDs guy? Like, that was not funny. That was absolutely embarrassing, cringe. I'm glad you're on the other side of the content, because let's just say I would give you the 5-finger discount, Phil, for saying that crap.
The 42-year-old Phil commentate on 27-year-old Phil playing games and being an irreverent, over-the-top, immature, offensive asshole.
Which you still are to this very day, Phil. I mean, let me post some of his gameplay from, when he was playing Street Fighter and more Modern Warfare. Here it is.
Of course, twice in a row. Three fucking times. 4 fucking times. 4 fucking times drive impact. What the fuck? What the fuck? If it wasn't going to come out, how is it that late? If it's not gonna super cancel, how the fuck does it super cancel that fucking late? Fuck this game. That is nonsense. Fuck you. Nothing I can do. How the fuck did that even hit? I'm stuck. She mashed fucking drive impact. Unreal. You suck. You didn't earn it. She just fucking sat there in lag, fucking getting away with laggy shit. Can't get reversal headbutts. Do the safe move. Do absolutely nothing impressive. Run away like a coward. You suck. You always have people coming in from 17 different directions and you can never really get your bearings on hardpoint. I don't really like it. Couldn't see anything, immediately gunned down trying to get to the hard point. You see why it sucks? I just don't, I hate it. I totally wanted to start with like a deathmatch to warm up. So I gotta play this. Oh, that's a great non-laggy connection right there, right? He ran directly into my line of fire and killed me before I could kill him. That's remarkable. I'm noticing the latency is twice as bad as it was last night. Last night it was almost 12 milliseconds all night, and now I'm at 30. Like, what happened that I'm at double the latency of last?
Again, not much has changed. He's still the same asshole.
Right? So, I don't know. It could work, it might not.
If you mean could it work in your favor? No, it won't. You're going to be very upset at the end of the year.
These are all initiatives that I'm hoping to do this year, but I have learned from DSP Reacts last year. I have learned that not everything turns out the way that you intend. Remember last year I had all these ideas for DSP Reacts, and at the end of the year, only one of them really persists, and that's the weekly show that I do, DSP versus the Internet.
Phil, the only reason why that sort of holds together is anything else people suggest to you, you don't like, you don't watch, you just take the money. And there's been plenty of times where you react to something, if you don't like it, then you watch it for what, maybe 10 to 20 seconds and then skip and move on to the next. So really, you don't react to anything.
Cheer makers occasionally, I still do food videos occasionally, you know, but that's really the bread and butter of that channel, okay? But
yeah, and that bread and butter is getting very wasted at this point. You really are not doing too well.
I don't know if all these ideas I just came up with for DSP Throwback will work. They might not. And if they don't, you know, that's okay. Keep in mind, anytime that I tell you guys I want to do something new, it means that I take away from my content here on DSP Gaming. Every time that I'm going to be doing this other stuff, it means that I can't play games. So if I'm...
Well, nobody cares about DSP Reacts. Nobody's going to really care about, you know, DSP Throwbacks. They just want you to focus on playing the games. Just stick with that, okay?
Throwback stream, I can't stream new games today. So very well could be all these ideas sound good, But then when we actually try to implement them, people prefer not to do them. I don't know. We'll see, okay? But that's my idea. Now, here's the other thing. If this channel works, if this channel, people like the content, and I'm not saying if this channel gets thousands upon thousands of views for my old content. In fact, I don't think it would be further from the case. I'm expecting to get maybe 200 to 300 views a video tops on that channel.
Well, that is something that you and I could definitely grow on. You won't get thousands of views. You might get somewhere between each video 300, 500, maybe 600 views, but it's not gonna be views of, oh wow, you know, I can't believe Phil said this. More like, yeah, Phil said this, not surprising, let me clip this and then, you know, show him exactly how he was and how he is still to this very day. Let's not forget about almost 2 years ago when you made a certain joke, yeah, that you got called out on the Side Scrolls podcast. Let's not forget that, Phil.
Like, I don't think a lot of people are going to go out to watch my legacy content, but if it gets a regular viewership and people are over there and they like the channel enough, I would be willing to basically kind of do more, meaning maybe we could actually get the channel enabled with memberships and other special features for members, which, you know, at first I'm not really planning on doing that, but maybe we...
In other words, already you're thinking about money, so you're hoping that you get membership, stuff like that. Phil, the more you think about money, the more you're going to have limited time with your production. I mean by that is, people, you're not going to get what you want. In other words, maybe let's say you do get memberships because you're not going to do live stream stuff like that. You're not going to get the revenue that you hope for. Matter of fact, it's going to be even more, what's the word looking for? More, not strict, but more strenuous, I want to say. In other words, more tight, because now you're stretching your audience money from DSP Gaming, DSP Reacts, and now DSP Throwbacks. It's really stretching their money. So in other words, they may pay for one thing but can't afford the other. Again, you're not thinking things through thoroughly, Phil.
All right, and in addition to that, and here's what I was really going with this. What if we took my old playthroughs from the Dark Side Phil channel, that channel that I want to leave untouched, but we do the same upgrades to the original playthroughs as we're going to do with the Lost Media playthroughs. I take the shorter parts, I edit them together into 30+ minute clips, we upgrade the visuals, we put them in modern playlists with thumbnails and everything. So now you can find all the old content on this channel, better visuals and easily accessible.
So in other words, you're telling everybody to view your stuff so that way they can see how you still are to this very day. You really love shooting yourself in the foot, Phil.
Disjointed and messy. You don't have to go to 10 channels. You don't have to go to Dark Side Phil for this, DSP Gaming for this. Oh, where's the Lost Media? It would all be on that one channel. Okay? Because there's about 2.5 years of content on the Dark Side Phil channel that no one watches anymore. People reference it all the time and enjoy it, but they never watch it.
Phil, again, the reason why they don't watch it, besides the crappy audio and the crappy visual and all that stuff, you were cringe. You still are cringe, don't get me wrong, but you were very cringe. You were very over the top, very vulgar, you know, saying stuff you shouldn't be saying, and you still kind of to this very day, even though you try to catch yourself. But there are times where you just go off the hinge and pretty much say whatever you mind, and again, don't think things through.
See? So this would be a way to repackage that content to make it more interesting for a modern audience and easily accessible for those who want to see the old content, you know, in one channel. Okay? I think that'd be awesome. So the thing is, I don't want to go there yet until we get to the point where we've tested it. Okay? Let's test it. Let's see what happens.
If you want to test things, make a copy before you put it on the internet. Have one of your editors look at it and let them be honest, because I'm certainly sure when they look at it, they're going to tell you, not a good idea. You need to take certain these parts out because it's going to get you in trouble. But part of me already knows that you're not going to want to do that, because you prefer yes men, not actual people going to tell you, hey man, that's a bad idea.
Media playthroughs, uploading them, editing them, putting the videos up. Do people like it? Are people watching it? There's one other piece to this puzzle, okay? A few years ago, YouTube changed their criteria for partnerships. And the criteria are that you need to be uploading 3 videos in a certain set period of time. I think it's like within like a month or 90 days or something like that. And you need...
It's still to that. Still to that this very day. Still 90 days, okay? How I know that is because even I check it when I upload videos, Phil. It's minimum of 3 videos in 90 days.
Amount of viewable hours in that...
Which is 3,000, Phil.
frame, and you need to have a certain amount of subscribers. Well,
which is now 500. Okay, again, you could look that up by going to your studio. Everyone knows that.
I have almost 20,000 subscribers on that old channel. So even though I've rebranded it to DSP Throwback, it still has like 19,000 subscribers.
Which majority of those subs are dead, and people don't come on to that anymore.
What I have is new video uploads because I've uploaded nothing to that channel for 5 years, and it's got almost no viewable hours because no one's watching the dead content. You see?
Exactly, Phil. The dead content. There's nothing new to it. Again, move on.
Is start putting content up on that channel so that people will start to watch it, and then it'll get the viewable hours, I'll have the uploads required, and then I could get back into the YouTube partner program. Right now, nothing on that channel is under the partner program at all.
Phil, when you start uploading stuff on there again, and you decide you want to get into the YouTube partner program, and when they see the stuff that's on your content, they're not going to give it back to you once again because you still have not learned your lesson.
They kicked me out of it like 3-4 years ago when they changed their criteria. Before then, you literally never had to upload anything. You could just qualify. But now they've changed the criteria, okay?
That's a lie. You still had to upload certain videos for a certain length for a certain amount of time, whatever. In your case, the reason why they kick you out of the partner program because of what you said on your videos, Phil. It's well documented. Look that up.
So.
Yeah, love that snort. Yeah, it's a good snort. Ooh, let me do that one more time. Oh, disgusting pig.
I think what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to film a special vlog that I'm going to upload over on the former KO Gaming channel, now rebranded as, DSP Throwback. And I'm going to say hello to all the subscribers who haven't heard from me from 5 years.
Phil, dead subs. In other words, if they're dead, they don't know you got to rebrand it unless they have other channels or they sub to other channels, Phil. Goodness gracious, that's it. That's just simple research that anybody can look up.
I'm rebranding the channel. Here's my plans for it. So that way they know what to expect, and it's not like, oh, I'm subscribed to this dead channel and I might get new content and be upset. I want them to know what's going on. In addition, that'll count as one of the new uploads that's needed for that channel, and it'll probably get me some of the initial views that I need in order to requalify for the partner program, okay? So, let's see what happens, okay? Let's go from there, and let's enjoy. Now, what I need to do,
what you need to do is think, okay? I know I sound like a brick breaker saying that over and over, but please, for the love of God, Phil, think. Pump the brakes, think this over, because I'm very sure once you think these things over, you realize, yeah, this is not a great idea. But I already know you're not going to do it anyways, because your mind is always on money.
Dig into my closet, find the hard drives again. I know where they are. They're like right here in one of the bins into the corner of the closet because I put them there specifically so I could get them out easily when I was ready to do this project, and now I'm ready to do this project.
So, in other words, you didn't just plan this recently. This has been in the making for a very long time. In other words, you hoping this would be your trump card so you get more revenue, Phil. Guess what? It's going to fail because you you don't use your head. When something that has happened a very long time ago, people are not going to want to talk about because it's old news. They want to stay up with current dates. You should know that already.
So I need to get them out. I need to hook them up, and I'm probably going to, no lie, start uploading Final Fantasy 13 soon, like right this week, and get to work. You know, again, those people who are...
Oh, great. He's going to upload it this week. Okay, so I better get on that. So when he starts uploading that, I'm going to go over that and actually listen to it, ladies and gentlemen.
Get to work with things like editing and things like that on the channel and see how it goes. Okay? I don't know. It could take a while. This might not be an overnight thing. This could be weeks. But I just want to let you guys know the channel's already been branded. I'm already working on getting new stuff for the channel. So, for example, I'm working on getting things like new banner, new logos, all kinds of stuff for the
stuff you probably had already hidden in the back, hidden somewhere, Phil. You decide you want to bring it up anyways.
And probably sooner rather than later, like I said, tonight I might actually upload a new video to the channel to announce the new initiative to everyone so they know what's going on, and then start working on it. Okay. So here's the deal. I would love to hear your thoughts on...
You already know my thoughts. Everyone's of Phil's audience, you dance. tell Phil this is a bad idea.
What do you think about the DSP throwback idea? Do you think it'll work? Do you think it won't work? Are there suggestions for improvement over what I just suggested that you think would work better or worse? I want feedback.
Phil, if you want true feedback, listen to it. Don't shut it down. Listen to it carefully. Take it in, because this is what's going to help you.
Modern day is to get constructive feedback. So please send it my way. Comment on this video. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to put a video up over there overnight. Hey, let me know on that video. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. Demon in the corner says, you can have memberships on 3 channels now. I don't think I would want to enable memberships on that channel until I actually have a reason.
Yeah, his reason is once he sees a certain amount of views, a certain amount of members, then yeah, he's going to enable it so you get more money out of you guys. It won't take long, trust me.
I wouldn't, even if I got my partnership back on that channel, I probably wouldn't enable memberships because I have nothing to offer anyone, right? I don't. Until I have ideas of how those memberships could be employed, I don't see how I would do that.
Yeah, you do, Phil. You just come with a lie. You're going to later on find a way to twist in a way up. Well, if you why I enable memberships, just check this out and I'll give you a little bit of this, but make sure you give me, money in the long run. We already know what's going to happen, Phil.
We do is just say, hey, you want to do a super chat? That's enabled. A super thanks on one of these videos? That's enabled. If I happen to do a live stream over there, you can contribute if you want.
Case in point.
But really, it's about ad revenue. It's about getting ads on those videos because these are videos that are going to be effort, editing them together, running them through a thing to make them look better. That's effort, So hopefully that would work, okay? And no, people are afraid. They're like, are you going to delete the original channels? No. I've told you guys.
I wish you would do that, get off the internet. That would give us a whole lot of relief.
Channels to stay there forever and just as long as they can, I don't even want to touch them. I don't want to do anything to let the Dark Side Phil channel stay there as the original archive. So if you actually want to watch the original, you can.
Thanks, Phil. I'll make sure to do that later on down the road. So when I feel like, shitting on you more, I'll just look at that stuff.
A way for people who maybe like the old stuff and want to see it in a new presentable way, more digestible way to do it. For those who've never seen the old content and want to see it in a more modern way, they can watch it here, you see? But I am not going to be destroying the old content in any way, shape, or form.
That's kind of funny you did that before when you got into trouble, when you got, 2 copyright strikes last year, and you delete a lot of old videos. Yeah, something tells me once you start getting that again, you'll start deleting stuff.
It's any kind of a money-making deal. It's not like, for me, if I make $100 extra a month on this channel, that would be cool.
Something tells me you're gonna want more than $100 a month. You're gonna at least want bare minimum $500 a month with this 3rd channel.
I mean, it's not about that. For me, it's like I want to have my content viewable and accessible, and people have been asking this of me for many years.
Which is a big fat fucking lie. Nobody's been asking for this.
And I just haven't really worked on it, and now it seems like this is the time to kind of put effort into it, that I can do it.
The only thing your audience been asking you to do is continue on with Baldur's Gate 3. That is the only thing. They didn't ask for this garbage. They didn't even ask for Modern Warfare. Yeah, they asked for RoboCop, but you're taking too long to finishing that game up. They didn't ask you to play Sea of Stars, excuse me. They didn't ask you to play that neither. They just want you to focus on RoboCop. I mean, not RoboCop, Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. There you go. Now, eventually, if we come up with ideas, hey, let's do memberships, let's do that. Great, but I don't want to jump that gun. It's not about that. It's not about immediately jumping into a new revenue stream. It's just not.
Yes, it is, Phil. I love how you doing the wordplay and the mental gymnastics. We know what you're really up to. It's all about making more money. And if you don't make it, you're going to even beg for more of it.
Getting that stuff out there for posterity purposes, making it accessible. Okay? See, and you guys thought I was full of baloney.
Which you are. You are completely full of shit, okay? That ain't nothing new. You've been like that for 15 years. And I'm glad at least some people are starting to really wake up, realize you're full of it.
Seriously. You thought I was completely full of baloney when I said I had new stuff coming. You're like, Phil's just blowing smoke up our butts. Day 1, January 1st, here we go. Right?
Phil, that old stuff is not new stuff. It's extremely old stuff that nobody wanted. You think it's going to work, but it's not.
Now, by the way, this is only the first thing. Okay? This is literally only the first thing. I have other things already in process, all right, for this year working. And one of them you will actually possibly begin to see within the next few weeks.
Dear God, I wonder what this could be. It's going to be something horrible, I bet you.
I have not alluded to this at all. You guys have no clue what this is at all. And I'm not going to tell you either. I want it to be a shock.
Phil, what you've been doing, especially this past, I'll say a couple years, have really been a shocker.
Be blown away. So I'm not going to say a word about it. I'm just going to say something new is coming soon. That's it. That's all I'm saying. People are already freaking out in chat. Hype!
Cringe, cringe, cringe. We know it's something horrible unless you go finally admit that you and Kat are getting divorced. Cringe.
It's the level 1.5 podcast, right? He's getting a second cat. Oh, God. Go ahead. Speculate. Have fun with that. But I'm telling you.
Oh, I've been speculating what's really going on, buddy, but you don't want to admit to it.
Coming. Unless something happens. I hope not. But there's something new coming in the next few weeks, and I'll let you know because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
If you're planning to do a one-on-one with one of your detractors, in other words, in the ring with Keemstar, then that'll be really exciting. I hope it's Duty or, maybe Chill or possibly maybe Rich, one of those three guys, it'll be really funny to see that, Phil.
I know you guys are going to get excited for it, so I'm not spoiling, but I'll let you know when I'm ready, okay? When I'm ready to go and to talk about it and to do this new thing, okay? And that's not the only thing either. There's more. There's a lot in process for 2024 that I'm just not privileged to talk about yet until things are further along and or I'm ready. Like I said,
when you're ready. You never are ready, Phil. You never been ready ever since, when you got married to Kat and you're on your, you didn't have a honeymoon, but when she decided to lay in bed, you wasn't ready for that neither.
Guy, I don't want to tell you a story halfway into it. I want to tell you a story when the story's over.
Phil, you've successfully done that for 15 years. You always tell us half-ass stories. That is nothing new. Get on with it.
Now I can tell you the whole story, right? So why would I spill the beans about some of the things I'm working on until it's solidified exactly how they're going to go down, what they're going to be, right? I don't want to do that. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver.
Which you have been doing for 15 years, Phil. Nothing new. Move on.
So, you all speculate as much as you want. Go for it, all right? But I'm not going to spoil all, but so DSP Throwback is step one, and that's going to begin work tonight. I'm probably going to make a video for it tonight, and I might even start uploading videos tonight to get the ball rolling, okay? I'm not saying new videos will appear on the channel overnight. They won't. I want you guys to know it's going to take a while. This is going to...
I hope it takes no more than weeks, Phil.
Maybe getting some editing done, getting new video style up there and stuff like that, okay? That's in process, no rush, okay? We're taking time with it. But once that's up there, I'll let you know. The thing is, I need to upload 3 videos up there within, the next couple of weeks, and I need to get views. Those videos, no lie, need to get some views. If they don't get views, the channel will never get its partner status back anyway.
Phil, before you even get your partner status back, you still gotta talk to YouTube anyways. And if they feel like they don't want to give it to you, they don't have to give it to you, because you already had two other channels that you got monetized anyways.
Hopefully, the fact that this is something new and different and interesting, right?
It's not new, it's not different, it's the same crap.
Be something fun for everyone that will check out.
You're right, it's gonna be a lot of fun, especially for me when I start covering them and pretty much giving my 2 cents on them.
Old stuff, just giving the first few videos a look would help, So that's step one, and then in the next few weeks, I'll tell you about the next thing, and then the next thing, and it's going to be a fun year. And this is all in addition to my normal stuff. DSP Reacts with the DSP versus the Internet show will continue every Sunday. I'm going to continue to do full-time.
Yeah, speaking of DSP Reacts, I'm going to give that channel, 4 more months, and then he's going to abandon that.
Gaming, this is all extra on top of what already is happening, okay? So 2024... this is going to be a good year, I'm telling you guys. I got a really good feeling about this year right now.
Oh, really? You're going to have a really good feeling? Well, so do I. There's going to be a lot of interesting things that going to be happening in 2024, and it's going to be hilarious.
We're going to be very refreshed and interesting and fun over the course of this year.
Yeah, damn right. It's going to be very refreshing and very entertaining. I can't wait.
Probably the most ever. Because a lot of the times I fall into a routine of the same thing and it gets stagnant. And I think that this year is going to be a little different. Let's put it that way. Okay? Okay.
stop scratching your beard, not your beard, your mustache, and continue on.
All right, that's that, right? There you go. I talked about it. Now you guys know what's going on. No news for today. No crazy stuff to discuss today. I just wanted to talk about my ideas for the new year and get them out there, and I'm curious what you guys will have to say about them. All right? Before we begin with shout-outs and the like, I just want to remind you guys, that is how I make my living. This bar...
No. We're not going to continue on because he's about to get another bag. And we've seen this too many times when he starts begging, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, clearly enough, he's just doing whatever he can to make, to not make my money, but suck even more money out of his dents. But I have a very strong feeling that once he put this content on his third channel, once he kind of does get his his partnership back, he's going to lose again, and they're going to tell him the reasons why, because they're going to tell him you're still doing the same thing you did back before. That's the reason why you lost in the very beginning. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be back. This is a brand new year. It's going to be more fun and excitement coming to this channel. I got a couple more videos that I'm going to be covering on, especially this week, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.